Yo, how's it going, Marley? How are you?
What's up, Josh? Long time no see.
Yeah, long time no see, man. It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Oh man, I'm glad you were still available. Come on, talk, man.
Yeah.
Very good there. So Marley's on. Marley, let people know about you, what you got going on, man. Everything like that.
Yeah, I talk about movies online with the username Marley Loves Movies. I also host the podcast, the Real Lovers Podcast. We're a little bit on hiatus right now. But we just finished up the M. Night Shyamalan retrospective series last year, and then tomorrow I'm dropping the best of 2025 and then to go in line with the Oscars tonight. So yeah.
Very cool there. This is your page, Marley
Mhm.
Loves Film there. And if you want to follow you and all the good stuff there's your link tree right here. Is in your Instagram bio here. Love following you, love your content there. Very good guy. And you've been on before. You've helped review some of the Fast and Furious movies with us.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, you've done that there, so very cool there. And you're here to just kind of after show with the Oscars. The Oscars is over. The 98th annual Academy Awards is done. All the winners have been announced there. Did you see it? Or you watching it live?
Yeah, I watched it live. I watched it live on Hulu, which I'll say was kind of a pain to set up, to be honest, because I had it originally on Disney Plus, and Disney Plus kind of just only did the pre-show, and then they're like, "Oh no, you got to watch it in the Hulu app." And I'm like, "I thought Hulu went away and it was Disney and Hulu." I don't know. That's a weird tangent to go on, but I'll just watching on a Hulu was actually a good experience. So besides
Yeah.
the little hiccup. So.
Well, don't worry. Paramount's about to buy it. It's all about to be one big thing. You know, they're about to consume it. They're going to consume that too. So yeah, you got that. So yeah, we'll start off with the kind of some of the basic stuff. So how'd you like Conan? Conan O'Brien's the host. He came there. How'd you like him?
This might be a little controversial. I thought Conan was fine. Like, it kind of felt like he was just rehashing a little bit of the same jokes from last year. Like you have like the Gen Z, like the all vertical video, and then Subway Surfers. Like, let's try and get the Gen Z kids to pay attention during the show, and then after that, he's just like, "Oh yeah, Gen Z's totally watching that because it's live on broadcast TV," which we all know that Gen Z kids don't watch broadcast TV. Which I don't know if that's an actual true statement because there's plenty of shows that Gen Z tunes into. But other than that, I thought he was pretty fine. Like he's a lot better than Jimmy Kimmel, I'll just say.
He's funnier than Jimmy Kimmel. I think he works better than Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel was there. He did present. And he did a lot of, fuck Trump stuff and everything like that.
Yeah.
And everything.
Without actually saying his name, which I thought was a little weird too. Like he says, like he mentions like this whole free speech thing. Jimmy Kimmel does, by the way, like this whole these companies are killing free speech, and he said North Korea and then CBS, which is funny because Jimmy Kimmel hosts a show on ABC that is broadcasting this award ceremony. So it's like, you couldn't call out ABC there, I guess. Like...
Yeah. Were they the ones? Because what network is Seth Meyers on? Or was it Stephen Colbert they were trying to shut it? That's on CBS.
The Stephen Colbert's The Late Show, and that's CBS. So okay, I think it's him kind of just defending like his guy. But
yeah,
I'm like, Jimmy, the same thing happened to you for like a week.
Yeah.
And yeah. I don't know. It's just something I couldn't help but think about. So
yeah. All right. So yeah, I thought Conan was fine there. This is his second time. I think didn't he do it? I want to say he did it last year too, right? The 97.
Yeah, he did it last year too. And I thought it was Did you see that short film at the end where they're closing it out?
Oh yeah, with the guy from One Battle.
Is it the dude from One Battle?
Yeah, he's the one that's the that says Semen Demon.
He says like, "Oh, it's it." Are we talking about the same short film with the whole like, "Oh, you're going to be an Oscar host for life"?
Yeah, with the old guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the dude from One Battle. Yeah,
Oh, damn. I need to rewatch one battle after another because I
yeah.
was like, "What's going on here? Like, where are you going with this?" So like,
Yeah, and then they did how'd you like the musical? They did 2 musical performances. They did I Lied to You and Golden. What'd you think about that?
I love the "I Lied to You." I love that they mimicked like the scene that everyone was referring to, the quasi kind of like one take shot that is
Mhm.
in Sinners, and just kind of put it like on stage, like a Broadway performance, which I think was really well done. And then I thought the K-pop Demon Hunters Golden performance was actually really well done as well as it, and just because it was following um um shoot, I forget her name that won for Sinners for best cinematography. She comes up
Yeah.
and says like, "Oh, I wouldn't be here without all the women that came before me. Like you are the ones that lift me up." And then K-pop Demon Hunters like follows her. I was like, I don't have to watch the show after this, to be honest. I thought that
Yeah.
was a really great win, probably the biggest win of the night in my opinion.
The one for cinematography. Yeah,
Mhm.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Autumn, Durand, Arkapaw,
yeah,
there, she won there for and she's the first woman ever to win for best cinematography.
which is
Um,
insane, but
yeah,
but
yeah, it's pretty wild there. I mean, the first woman didn't even get nominated for best cinematography until 2018.
mhm.
So yeah, from Mudbone. Um, so let's go over some of these winners here. And I want to get your thoughts on it.
Okay.
So let's start with first, I'll go bottom up here. Best original screenplay. Sinners won for this. You had Sinners, Blue Moon, It Was Just an Accident, Mari Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners up winning. Sinners won 4 Academy. It was the second most awarded movie of the night.
Mhm,
One Battle beat it out there. I think One Battle ended up having 5
mhm.
there. Best Picture, Best Director, Best Editing. It also won there. I'm missing 2 other ones there that it did. I'm
Uh,
missing 2 other
sh- Best supporting for Sean Penn.
Oh,
There.
Best Supporting, and then it also won Best Adapted Screenplay
Yeah.
as well. So
Mhm.
they won 5 there.
Best
Uh,
supporting actor for Sean Penn, and he couldn't even be there to accept the award.
yeah. Yeah.
I, I'd say, in my opinion, I really thought Del Orlando had it in the bag, had that in the bag, and it's a little disappointing to just see Delroy just there in the audience, and like Sean Penn isn't even there to accept it. Like Delroy has been in the industry for decades, and he finally gets to this moment, and he wins to someone that doesn't even want to show up. So it's like it's kind of weird. So
He did look kinda pissed when he didn't win. He did kinda look like he didn't clap or anything like that, and
yeah,
he kinda looked kinda a little peeved. He was kinda like, "Fuck, man."
right.
But yeah. But Best Original Screenplay, Sinners won. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. What were the other nominees?
Blue
Like,
Moon, It Was Just an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value.
yeah, I think it was kind of a runaway for me there, just not because Sinners is one of my favorite movies of the year and pretty much of like the last decade, but I don't think any of the other screenplays really hold up to what Sinners actually had to handle. Like it's covering like it's a horror film, it's a historical drama, it's a romance, it's kind of like just like all these things rolled up into one, and a lot of people I'm mentioning this in a video that I'm posting tomorrow on the best of
Mhm.
2025. A lot of people say that that's kind of like a weakness because it's not handling it very well. I totally disagree, just because it takes a lot of craft and a lot of love for cinema to juggle everything that's going on there. So, yeah.
Yeah. I've got another Oscar that it won Best Casting, One Battle won, so it
Yeah.
won 6. So it won 6 there.
Mhm.
The new category that got added to the Oscars there to make it even longer.
Yeah.
To make it longer there. So best
Exactly.
writing screenplay. So I'm happy Sinners won. My original what I would want to win. It was just an accident. It was a phenomenal movie.
Mhm,
Really, really good. Love it a lot. Or Sentimental Value. I thought that was
mhm,
also really good. Two foreign films. Um, but I'm not mad at the Sinners win there.
mhm,
One of the four wins that it had. They were writing adapted screenplay. This One Battle won this one, one of its six. Also nominated was Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Train Dreams.
mhm.
I thought it probably between Hamnet and One Battle and maybe Frankenstein. What do you think? What were your thoughts on One Battle one?
Yeah, I was probably pulling for Hamnet to win this one just because I know that the Academy really loves Shakespeare. And then Frankenstein, especially since like at this time, like Frankenstein has already won like 3 awards already at this point, and which was I think a surprise to pretty much everyone. And I was kind of like sitting here on threads and social media, basically saying like, "Is this the Netflix awards?" For a second, because Frankenstein and then K-pop and then like all these like movies were Netflix movies were cleaning up, and I'm like, Netflix just needs to buy the Academy Awards just like they bought SAG-AFTRA. So it's like, yeah.
Frankenstein, so it was the third film with the most wins with
Mhm,
three. K-pop Demon Hunters was the fourth film with the most wins at two.
mhm.
There with that. Yeah, so it ended up winning. Best adapted screenplay, One Battle. Yeah, I could kind of see. I could say it was probably between that and Hamnet there. Yeah, I could see One Battle winning for this for sure.
I'm I don't know. Like I think I need to rewatch One Battle. I'm probably gonna do it after you end this live, just because I've only seen it once, and I'm not honestly really the biggest fan of it. I think it's really well made, but in my opinion, I kind of thought, like, especially walking out of it for the first time, I thought what it was trying to say is kind of shallow and a little
Mm,
hollow. And I thought Eddington was a better One Battle After Another, and I thought Eddington getting completely shut out of like this awards like circuit is a little shameful in my opinion. But
yeah, I know he said that. I'm not a politician. When somebody asked him about the
mhm,
politics of the movie and everything, the meaning of it, I think, and he said, "Well, I'm not a politician," and, also with that, yeah. Even at the speech when he won for Best Picture, I mean, didn't really mention any political thing at all or anything like that for his movie, so it's kinda like, okay, I don't know.
yeah,
Um, Best Visual Effects, I mean, this was kinda obvious that Avatar was gonna win. I mean, it's kinda obvious that that was gonna win. But other nominees in the category were F1, Jurassic World Rebirth, The Lost Bus, and Sinners. Yeah, out of those picked there. I'm surprised Frankenstein wasn't nominated for visual effects as well. I'm surprised, but I think most of it was practical anyway.
yeah.
Uh,
I think well, one for production design, didn't it?
yes,
Uh,
it did.
yeah. So I think that's kind of the Academy, like, oh, it looks pretty, but it looks prettier with practical effects. But
Yeah.
but I it wasn't really a surprise to see Avatar, Fire and Ash, basically like just take it home without even reading. You don't even have to read the nominees. But I wanted the Academy to just kind of like just give us a left hook and be like F1, just for
F1. I thought it kind of might for or Jurassic World Rebirth. Maybe they give a real. He
yeah.
fucking Oscar-winning Jurassic World Rebirth.
I
But
like Jurassic World Rebirth, so it's like it wasn't terrible, but
yeah.
not an
Uh,
Oscar-winning film. So
All right. Well, speaking about F1, this did win. Sound F1
mhm,
best sound there. So it was F1, Frankenstein, One Battle, Sinners, Sarat. I thought F1 probably win. I mean, it seems like this movie really heavily depends on sound, especially with the vehicles and the
mhm.
vroom and all that good stuff. Yeah, yeah,
The the Academy says cargo vroom. So
yeah. I love that. I love the sound, rooming sound. I love when the engine roared.
yeah,
I loved when Brad Pitt did his Brad Pitt accent and talked. Yeah, I love that. So shout
yeah.
out to F1. So
I
that
did
ended up with one win.
the one joke that kind of got a chuckle out of me in Conan's opening monologue. I'll just say, since we're talking about F1, is Conan basically saying like, "Oh, they're making a sequel to F1. It's called Caps Lock."
Oh, okay.
And I was
Um,
like, "Wait." And I was like, "Oh my god." That's a Conan joke and probably a me joke in
Mm.
another lifetime. But
I'm not sure I get it. Caps lock?
well,
I'm not
caps
sure.
lock on the keyboard, F1's on the keyboard too.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah, yeah. Gotcha.
Because
Okay.
everyone, I'm I appreciate a well crafted joke because everyone is talking about F1, F2, the movie or whatever,
Mm.
but he just threw in a left curveball and be like, no, what, caps lock, just call it caps lock.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. That works. Yeah. Then we got production design, Frankenstein. Pretty easy. Well, one a lot of more of the technical stuff, makeup, hair, and hairstyling, costume design.
Mhm.
Kind of that makes sense for a movie like that to win. The other nominees were Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle, and Sinners. You happy with that win, Frankenstein?
Yeah, even though I'm not really the biggest fan of Frankenstein, I did like the way it looked, and it seems kind of like a given in a way that a Del Toro movie would win for like production design and costume design because his movies are always very elaborate and like he knows like how to fill a screen. So it doesn't surprise me to say the least, but it's definitely a movie that I need to revisit just because didn't necessarily have like the best theater going experience when I being
Mm.
one of the few people that did see Frankenstein in a theater and not on Netflix, it was it just wasn't projected very well, and I just had it kind of changed my experience for sure. So
What kind of theater did you see it in?
I saw
AMC?
it the 35 millimeter in a local like in, independent like theater that in my town. So
Okay.
yeah.
Got it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it'd have been different. You think maybe if you saw it more now?
Yeah, it probably would have been different. I love Del Toro. One of these days I'll rewatch Frankenstein. It's just that movie's very long, and and time is very precious now. So
Precious.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Oh, wait. We only got so much time on this planet. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So I'm happy with that one. Yeah. Frankenstein. Best picture. So this was a big one here.
Hmm.
So you had One Battle, Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Mario Supreme, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, Train Dreams, and One Battle took it. I thought they might split it. Paul Thomas Anderson won for Best Director. I thought they might split it and give Sinners maybe Best Picture.
Hmm.
What were your thoughts? Best Picture winner being One Battle.
Um, I like I said, like I think One Battle is is a little, to say what the kids are saying, a little mid, but
Mm,
I do want to revisit it, and I think it is well made. And I'm not. It's not the worst Best Picture winner, and there's been some pretty bad Best Picture winners, especially in the past. Crash, I'm looking at you, uh, and then Green Book as well. I'm also looking at you, but I like I'm. It's not a terrible movie to win Best Picture, but it just wouldn't be my pick. Obviously, I would have picked Sinners or Hamnet. I was kind of hoping Hamnet would get in there, and then I wouldn't be mad if Sentimental Value won Best Picture as well, which it won Best International like feature, which I think that's a little bit of a consolation prize, like the Academy, like you're a Best Picture, but Best International. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I thought maybe Sinners. It was my favorite movie here listed. If Sinners didn't win, I'd have been happy with Sentimental Value or Secret Agent.
Hmm.
Both those movies. Then maybe after that, I don't know, maybe Marty Supreme or One Battle, maybe. But yeah, there were some movies got thrown in there that I thought like, huh, that got made it. Like Begonia was a little bit of a surprise. I thought maybe No Other Choice, I think, deserved something to be put somewhere, writing or performance or best international film. But it was pretty stacked this year for best international feature film.
The Academy just hates Park Chan Wook, and I've just become to. I've just came to that realization just because it seems like whatever movie like Decision to Leave, Old Boy, like No Other Choice, like he cooks like with all these
Yeah.
movies. He's just like, yeah, I'm never gonna get nominated, so it's unfortunate, but yeah.
Yeah. So out of the best picture nominees, the only ones that didn't win anything in any of the categories it was nominated for. So Train Dreams didn't win anything.
Hmm.
Secret Agent didn't win anything. Marty Supreme didn't win anything. Yeah, and
Timothy
Begonia.
Chalamet, like, literally taking out Marty Supreme. Yeah, it kind of because of his I hate the opera and theater. So I
Yeah.
the one the win that I think was important, other than Autumn Akrapah's win for best cinematography and Michael B. Jordan for best actor. And one thing that I really wanted was when Michael B. Jordan went up there, he just says like, "Yeah, I kind of like opera and the theater." Just
Oh man, they was yeah, and they even made a joke about that. Conan made a joke about that. I
yeah,
mean, yeah. I mean, they were on Conan was kind of on his ass a little bit,
yeah.
like at the Oscars, yeah, as a host.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think it's a little unjustified, but I think the whole thing's actually kind of funny too. Because if you think about it, like, I think Timothy Chalamet just couldn't get out of that character of Marty Mauser. Like,
mm,
he's in the pursuit of greatness, so he obviously doesn't care about the theater and the opera because that's not the field that he's in. And also, like, he's 30 years old. Like, someone kind of like growing up, just getting started like in this industry, it was actually kind of common, like right around like when he was probably like 16 or 17, to kind of to be in film and hate theater and opera. It's only become like more of like a collaborative like industry between theater and film. So it doesn't shock me for him to have like this like viewpoint, but it is a little weird that he gets shut out just because of that one thing that goes viral. Kind of
mm.
in a way, it kind of makes me feel like it was like set up in a way. Like they because that happened in like 2019, right? 2018 or 2019 for when he said that. And it
Well,
just now resurfaced. So
Well, he did one interview with Matthew McConaughey that's what sparked it, and then somebody went back in his past and looked up like resurfaced old clips. You know, somebody fucks
yeah,
up, they always able to find a clip from way back when that you
yeah,
said something fucked up. So yeah, they did that also. Like 2019, he's at like a press or like a screening or something and talking in front of people, and he also said the same thing.
yeah,
Um, so he said that. I mean, I haven't really touched on it much about the whole opera ballet thing. When you say, it seemed like he was kind of just saying like, yeah, I mean, a factual statement that yeah, not a lot of people go to the opera or the ballet anymore, and it is
yeah.
kind of like a dying art. And I don't think he was making an assessment of really
The
how he feels.
artists in that field, it's
Yeah, the
just
artist in that field. I just think he was just talking about the reality of that field and that movies could be the same way if certain things happen. Movies could end up like that.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I think that's kind of what he was trying to more say. But
yeah.
um, yeah.
That being
Uh,
said, I think Michael B. Jordan had the better performance.
yeah.
Even though I like Marty Supreme, I just think Sinners and Michael B. Jordan just like it's on a whole nother level. So
Yeah. Best original song. Of course, this was obvious. This was like one of the clear front runners. Golden K-pop Demon Hunters that won.
really,
Uh,
was it the front runner?
yeah, I
Oh, I
mean,
lied to you.
no, I think even more than I lied to you, Golden was everybody was talking about Golden because it's everywhere. I mean, you can't escape
Yeah,
the
true.
song.
Yeah,
They played it at a football game halftime show. They played it. They've been performing it everywhere. It's like, yeah, you can't like escape it. Yeah. I would have if anything had a chance to beat it, it was I Lied to You,
hmm,
but I think the clear front runner was Golden, and it did win. That was one of the two wins of the night
hmm.
for it. Did
And
you
then,
think it should have won, or would you go when I Lied to You, or
I think it was a toss up for me. I did think it was a little disrespectful. Like when they won, they're like one of the pro. I know it's pretty common to talk about like the like the broadcast cutting people off, like cutting people short. But
mm,
I feel like this broadcast especially had some of like the worst like cut like
most
wrap up your
disrespectful?
speech. Yeah, most disrespectful for sure. Like the the microphone fading into the background for which one was that? Was it the
Oh, I know she would just kinda they cut the light off and it was black
yeah,
and they moved the camera back to Conan and he was just
yeah,
kinda looking like, "Bro, they still speaking, they still on the
right, yeah.
stage, what you want me to do?" Like, and then they had to and the mic went down and they had to
Yeah.
put the mic back up and turn the lights back on. I forgot which award was that. Damn, I forgot which one it was. But yeah, there was that moment. But then the moment because I think when they won Best Original Song, the guy, as soon as he started speaking, boom, the music just
Yeah.
played loud. It was like boom. I was like, there's the drums, and it's like, what's bro? What the fuck?
Yeah.
And the
It
woman,
he, like, actually had, like, something written out too, so he probably would have been done in, like, a couple of minutes, but the broadcast producers were like, "Nope, nope, keep it going, keep it going."
yeah, that
It's
was the worst one, yeah, of the night, probably.
yeah. I
Because at
think
least,
the one where the mic went back into the stage, I I thought honestly thought, like, "Are they doing a bit?" Like, is this like a Conan bit? Like, he's just gonna cut people short all night? Like, and and it almost became kind of like a realization, like when they brought up Adrian Brody from last year, and he was infamously like on stage for like 20 minutes. I think it was like 20-30 minutes last year when he won for like the Brutalist, and he had like a full on like novel that he wrote, and he was just like, I like, and he told everyone to hold up and to shut up. Like, this is his time. And I like that he kind of like called back to that. He was like, oh, he's like,
yeah,
but sadly, it wasn't a bit. But even if it was a bit, I was like, this is terrible. This is terrible, to be honest. Because
yeah.
let people speak. Let people speak.
I think Adrian Brody, he's got the Guinness World Record, I think, for the longest Oscar speech, I think.
It wouldn't surprise me if he did. So
Yeah. But yeah, that was probably the most disrespectful moment, yeah, when they and then she was even the EJ because her speech wasn't that long. She only
yeah,
had like and then she was like, please, please hold on, like just wait a minute. And then no, they cut the black camera panned out.
yeah.
They're like, fuck it, like, no, we ain't going back. Fuck it. I was like, oh damn, bro.
It's like
Uh
we added an extra category. What we like time is precious. So
yeah. Best original score. I think the front runner with this was Sinners. Ludwig
mhm,
Göransson, his third Oscar.
mhm,
He's won for Oppenheimer. He's won for Black Panther. Now he's won for this. Yeah. Love the score, the music. I mean, I love the music of it. What
mhm.
also was nominated was Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle. The only thing I could see kind of competing with it was probably Frankenstein. What were your thoughts?
I think it was kind of a runaway for him as well, especially since I think he won for pretty much every single like like for SAG and for the Golden Globe as well. So it was kind of like a clean sweep for him for like the award circuit. If I were to pick, I love the score for Sinners. And I think it's well deserved. But if I were predicting, I would have said Hamnet because I think Hamnet's score is also is
Mhm.
very kind of like fitting for like the movie, and it kind of like moves you along. But Sinners is great, and I love Ludwig, and very excited for the Odyssey, a little small independent film that he's working on.
Yeah.
So
Like, is he gonna win 4 times? Is he gonna win for the Odyssey too? We'll see.
yeah, we'll see. So
Makeup and Hairstyling, Frankenstein won that.
mhm,
You also had Sinners, Smash Machine, The Ugly Stepsister. Yeah, it seems like a lot of these weren't really competing with Makeup and as far as yeah, with Frankenstein.
mhm,
You also had this movie Kuho. I haven't seen it.
mhm,
When they play previews of it, that looked kind of good. Like a lot of the makeup and stuff with that, that looked
mhm.
really good because it's about like a guy who's like a geisha, right, or like a geisha play or something, or
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
uh,
I haven't really. I'm not too familiar with that one, but I do kind of want to like check out some of um, the smaller hits that were nominated for sure. So
yeah. Then you got live action short film. It was the first time it was historic because it was a tie, but I haven't
mhm.
watched any of these before. Did you see any live action short film?
Yeah, I still need to watch the short films for sure, but kind of insane that it was a tie. To be honest, I
Yeah.
thought Kumail was kind of doing a bit there because
Yeah.
he was kind of. I don't know how I feel about that Conan joke introducing Kumail. He's like, uh, and welcome to the stage, like the same guy that has the body of a Marvel superhero, but also collects the voice of someone who also collects Marvel superheroes. He's like Kumail Nanjiani, and Kumail comes out, and he's just like, "Yeah, I wasn't really expecting that. I don't know if that is like a racist thing. Or it's just like,
Like he just sounds like a nerd or something,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah,
Okay.
It's
Uh,
kind of weird, but yeah.
um, yeah. So, I mean, I didn't know that could be a thing that you could tie. I didn't even know that could be a
Mhm.
thing. But
I think it's
okay,
happened like 3 times.
okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Then you got best international feature film. This was a stat category. Sentimental Value, The Secret Agent, It Was Just an Accident, Sarat, The Voice of the Hide, Rajab. I've only seen 3 of these. I've only seen Sentimental Value, Secret Agent, It Was Just an Accident, but I've heard
Mhm,
amazing things about Sarat and The Voice of the Hide, Rajab there.
mhm.
Yeah, really, really stacked this year for international films and still no other choice. This wasn't even nominated.
Yeah.
Now I thought that was amazing. But I was happy Sentimental Value won. It was the only win of the night for it. Are you happy with this one?
Yeah, I'm happy with it as well. It's the only one that I've seen from all the international films. I saw it relatively recently too. I think it's an amazing film, but it didn't. Spoilers for the video that's coming out tomorrow. It didn't make my top 10, but I think it's honestly a really great film about just kind of grieving and just learning about each other, learning about like the people like in your lives and being empathetic with like empathetic with people that aren't necessarily there but also there as well. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite one out of these ones is probably It Was Just an Accident. I think
Mhm.
that movie's really great.
It's
Yeah,
not
out of the
playing
ones
anywhere. Is it playing on Disney Plus now or is it?
let me check it out. I saw it in theaters, so oh, you can watch it on Hulu.
Oh dang. Yeah.
You can watch it there.
I'll
So I do
probably check
think
that
it's
one out.
really, really great. And I've heard, like I said, Sarad, Voice of the High Mirror, Rajab. I heard amazing things about that one as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, I also really did like Sentimental Value. The first 3 movies are on my best of list of 2025. So really,
Nice.
really great year for international films.
Mhm.
Film editing. You got One Battle. That ended up winning. That's one of the 6 Oscars it got. Nominees also F1, Mari Supreme, Sentimental Value, Sinners. Um, I thought maybe F1 could maybe win for best film editing, maybe,
Yeah.
possibly. Then maybe I was also thinking maybe Mari Supreme could have won for this one,
Mhm.
but One Battle won. What do you think?
Um, I think it's a little weird to give a movie that is pushing 3 hours long film editing. Like to me, I thought one battle after another kind of dragged in like the second act, kind of, and I don't know. I just don't think a lot of the stuff in that movie was necessary, and the stuff that was added weren't necessarily necessary for the plot. If I would have picked a movie, I probably would have put F1 in there, but also shoot. Can you say the nominees again? Like
The nominees are
yeah.
One Battle After Another, F1, Mari Supreme, Sentimental Value, Sinners.
I I would have either done F1 or Marty Supreme in there because I thought Marty Supreme was actually really well edited. Actually, I thought it flowed rather nicely and was just it was just kind of like the perfect runtime for me. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Documentary short film. I have not seen these ones, so
Mhm,
I can't really give too much of a comment on it. Documentary feature film, same thing. The only one I know of these is The Perfect Neighbor, which is on Netflix. I still have yet to check it out.
mhm,
But that's the only one I know of these. But the one for short film documentary was All the Empty Rooms, which was a documentary short film about a photographer going around and capturing the rooms of the victims of school shootings.
mhm.
So there was that one. It would have been. I was watching. I was like, man, they better not play her off. The mother of the
Yeah,
one who tried. Like that would have been really bad if you tried it. But she had a nice little speech prepared and everything in the
mhm.
car, so she didn't go on too long. But yeah, you had that one. And then the documentary feature film that won was Mr. Nobody Against Putin. That ended up winning there.
Mhm.
Um, his speech was probably the most political speech of the night,
Yeah.
when he won because he referenced like what's going on with ICE and the shootings there and all that. So I thought that was kind of interesting there with that one.
Yeah.
Did
And also, like, not only did he mention ICE and like everything that's going on in the world right now, but it's also he talked about like how people like this get in power. It's about like people being complacent and just kind of just going amongst their day, like, oh, they nothing could possibly go wrong. And then I haven't seen that documentary, but I'm very interested to see it now just because of that speech. But it I don't know. It's very like it says a lot. It says a lot for sure. And I admire him for kind of like speaking out for sure. Unlike Paul
Mhm.
Thomas Anderson. But
Directing. Speaking of Paul Thomas Anderson, so he ended up winning best director for one battle after another. The other nominees were Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Josh Safdie for Martyr Supreme, Sentimental Value, Joaquin Terrier,
mhm.
and Ryan Coogler for Sinners. Are you satisfied with the Paul Thomas Anderson Best Director?
um justice for Ryan Coogler because he deserved this one. And
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't coming because Ryan Coogler didn't he won for best original screenplay, and I feel like that's the Academy saying like, "Oh, you won for screenplay, so we don't need to give you best director." But yeah, I don't I'm happy for Paul Thomas Anderson, even though this film, like I said, it's kind of mid. But I thought his speech was actually kind of touching in a way. He was actually kind of a little bit like soft spoken and just like he kind of seemed like he was in shock a little bit, but which was funny because he said like when they won Best Picture, he basically said like, "Oh yeah, when I won Best Director, I forgot to thank my cast." So he was like, yeah, I guess he was so in shock that he won. He was just like, "Oh, I forgot to thank someone." So at least I had another opportunity to thank them. So yeah.
So when he won for the first time for Best Director, that was his first win ever. He's been nominated for 14 times. Oh
Hmm.
no, no, Best Adapted Screenplay was when his first Oscar, technically, right?
Hmm.
And so that was the first because he's been nominated plenty of times. He's one of those people that's been nominated a bunch but never win. Do you
Yeah.
think this is kind of like we were talking about on the stream, his kind of Leo kind of thing with winning Best Director, Best Picture? It's like finally, okay, if we're gonna give it to something, let's give it to you for this, even though it may be not your best thing.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's one of those where it's just like, oh, we forgot to give you an award, but so here you go. You're winning for a movie that isn't necessarily like your best in your filmography, but this is for The Master or Punch Drunk Love or whatever. It's
There Will
like,
Be Blood.
yeah, there will be blood. So yeah.
Yeah, which is an ama they're probably his best movie, There Would Be Blood, and, I wonder what won Best Picture that year There Would Be Blood was nominated, I wonder. Uh,
Um,
this was the 80th Academy Awards. Oh, well, that's pretty great, No Country for Old Men. That's a pretty
yeah,
great movie. So
that's
that's
a good
pretty great.
movie. Yeah.
Atonement, Juno, Michael Clayton, and There Would Be Blood were nominated. And then Best Directing also went to the Coen brothers for No Country for Old Men.
Mhm.
So you had that. So hey, if you're gonna lose to something, No Country for Old Men is pretty good to lose to.
Right.
To do costume design, also Frankenstein one. This was what I guessed. You had Avatar, Fire and Ash, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Sinners. The only movie I see other than Frankenstein maybe competing with it was maybe Sinners or yeah, Sinners or Avatar, Fire and Ash, oddly enough.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Frankenstein, yeah, I kind of thought that would win. Yeah, I would
Yeah,
definitely.
I thought it would win too. I thought it was a little weird, like when they announced the nominees that Avatar was nominated here. But after doing some research, supposedly they actually used like real like garb, like like costumes to kind of like map all the stuff that they did within the CGI, which I don't know, it's actually kind of cool. And I'm glad that like a movie like Avatar: Fire and Ash got recognized for something like that. But my pick obviously would have been Sinners.
Mm,
Although I am kind of glad that because part of my fear, I I wanted a Sinners sweep just because Sinners is one of my favorite movies of like the last decade. But I'm kind of glad that we didn't start like the show and Sinners just started winning like all the technical awards, and that would have been a sign like, oh yeah, Sinners is not going to win like any of the big awards, but it's actually really well kind of like divided up amongst like all the movies. And I think that was honestly just a it's honestly just a good sign that 2025 was just like an amazing year for movies, to be honest.
yeah. Yeah. Ruthie Car I think if she had won, this would have been her second Oscar she won because she won for Black Panther,
Mhm.
best costume design there for that. So, yeah, Frankenstein, shout out for that for winning best costume design there. Cinematography. Sinners. So it won for best cinematography there. Train Dreams. I have not seen the movie. I've only seen footage of it, but amazing looking movie, gorgeous looking movie. I think if it was going to win for anything, probably cinematography would have been one of the main things it won for.
Yeah.
Uh, but the nominees were Frankenstein, Mario Supreme, One Battle. I think, yeah, I mean, Sinners, Frankenstein, or Train Dreams, all gorgeous looking movies.
Mhm.
Yeah. But you said you wanted Sinners to sweep, so
Yeah.
you want to win all 16 nominations. You
Yeah.
want to get everything, just yeah, with that.
Yeah.
Uh
It's because it deserves it, to be honest. It's the movie that came out in March of last year, and it kept its momentum until now, and I think that needs to be celebrated, but and also just a movie that pretty much everyone that can connect to, and I haven't really heard any hate on it yet, although I think that's probably coming, but you
what
never.
Sinners?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm on Twitter, so you know it's gonna be
Oh,
hate.
yeah.
Yeah. So I've already even before it was like, yeah, people even when the nominations came out, like most awarded movie in history of the Academy, there were tons of people going like, what the fuck? Why is this? And I did a whole video about it.
Oh,
So
that's
there was tons of hate there with that. But yeah.
yeah.
Um so we're almost done here. So this is the new category that they
Mhm.
introduced for the Oscars there. Don't they also have another new category coming like best
I
stunts or
think
something?
Best Stunts is actually coming out in 2 years,
2
I think.
years, okay. So
Yeah.
that's also coming out. So it's gonna be even longer, the Oscars,
Yeah. And
even
more
longer.
speeches are gonna get cut off.
Yeah.
So
So I thought that my front runner for this was Sinners, but I thought if One Battle also could have because it also has a pretty good cast. So
Mhm.
One Battle ended up winning. It was this, Hamnet, Mario Supreme, Secret Agent. For me, I thought it was between either Sinners, One Battle, or Marty Supreme.
Mhm.
Yeah, One Battle one. I thought it should have really gone to Sinners there.
Yeah,
Um,
I think if I were to pick a movie, like, obviously, I like Sinners, but I think Marty Supreme, like, when you're talking about casting, like, I think that film is incredibly well casted. Like, I think it's incredibly well cast, sorry. Uh, just because uh, there's a lot of unknowns in there, like, unknowns mixed in with, like, A-list talent. Like, the dude that was, like, Marty's friend that was also on, like, Sidewalk Talk or whatever. You know what I'm talking uh,
um,
the Bing Bong guy, not the Bing Bong guy, but you know what I'm talking about. But,
was he the big guy? You talking about the big guy?
yeah, the big guy.
Oh, okay.
So and the Safdies have always, uh, known how to cast, like, individuals that are for specific roles, and I think just, uh, recognizing, like, that kind of, like, technique would have been, would have been, like, welcome to see, but I understand, like, when the, Chase Infinity went out to nominate the casting director for One Battle After Another, I was like, "Okay, you know what? This is." I feel like One Battle has it in the bag because it's basically just kind of like a showpiece for Chase Infinity as just like, "Oh, thank you for giving me a shot, like, in this industry. Like, I was a nobody, and now I'm, like, on Hollywood's biggest stage." Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. I like the category because casting is definitely like like a skill like in this industry, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it could have been any one of those movies there. Hamnet, I mean, really, I think focuses on just the two main leads of Jesse Buckley and Paul Mescal there
Hmm.
with that. I mean, still wonderfully, I think there's some other, but I think it's heavily focused on those two leads.
Hmm.
Secret Agent is also really great. That's a great movie there. It has a good casting as well. It has some interesting kind of actors in that. Um, in the Academy, they did the thing like they always do. They usually well, before, I think I've seen it where they bring out, like, a lot of the other past, like, best supporting actresses winners or that. I guess they were like, "Okay, that takes too much fucking time to bring
Hmm.
out all those people and everybody give an individual thing there with a lot of that." So they kinda shorten that a little bit there with
Mhm.
that. But they did it with the casting thing, and they did it with best supporting actor there with that. But yeah, one battle, one new introduced category there with that one. Then you had best animated short. I have not seen any of these ones.
Mhm.
I don't really watch the best animated shorts, but what one was The Girl Who Cried Pearls, which ended up winning.
Mhm.
Um, then you had best animated feature film. This was also pretty like everybody pretty much. This was the front runner. This was a big one. K-pop Demon
Yeah.
Hunters won. That was the second win of the night for it. What else was nominated? Arco, Ilio, Little Amelia, or the character of Rain in Zootopia 2 also was there. And people are saying, so this is 4 years in a row that Pixar Disney has not won for best animated feature. That's
Mhm.
been shut out. So they've done that one there.
Well,
Um
Elio kinda got shut out before Disney just kind of, like, just hiding that movie. I don't think anyone saw Elio. Like, I'm the only one it feels like I'm the only one that saw Elio, and I like K-pop Demon Hunters, but I would have gone with Elio here just because I think that that movie is just a wonderful piece about just finding your identity and discovering who you are and just and friendship as well. Yeah, justice for Elio. Like that movie is
uh
incredible. So,
you know Chris from the Black Steel, you know Chris? I think you
oh
follow Chris. Yeah.
yeah, I know Chris. Yeah,
Yeah, he's the second person to see Elio, so
sweet.
you and him could share a bond there. He's the second person to see that
We
movie.
make up all $2 of the box office. So,
Yeah. But yeah, so you got that. But yeah, so that was clearly the front runner. A lot of people thought K-pop Demon Hunters win. That movie's also it kind of like I watched it first and then I reviewed it when it first came out, and then all of a sudden it started to like pick up this huge steam, and then a lot of people
yeah,
started to more see it, and it became like this global thing. And the song, I think probably the songs helped it blow up because the songs were really big, and then they even like re-released it in theaters where you could like do a sing-along version or something.
yeah, and
So they did.
that's like I think K-pop Demon Hunters is great, and I had a great time watching it like the first time, and I saw it in theaters during the sing along version, and I think that's one good thing that's great about K-pop is that it's kind of showed Netflix the power of movie theaters, and they've kind of changed their mind slightly. Like Train Dreams was had a theatrical run. Wake Up Dead Man had a theatrical run, and so did Frankenstein. So I kind of like that Netflix is now dipping their toes in the water now that they can see that, dang, they could have really made a killing off K-pop if it had like a 2 week run. Like, could you imagine that? Like
Yeah.
all the little kids that are running in there like singing Golden and yeah,
Which Conan, he made a joke about that because the CEO of Netflix was there, and he
yeah,
was like, "Yeah, he's like, this is what being in a movie theater is like." Yeah, so he
yeah.
was there with that, but yeah. So I mean, I didn't see Arco, I didn't see Ilio, I didn't see Lila Amelia or the character of Rain. I just saw Zootopia 2 and K-pop
Hmm.
there. So out of those two, I saw, I guess, yeah, sure, K-pop. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Best
And
actress
what
in oh,
well, sorry, but we because we all know that the people that vote for best animated feature, they just vote what their kids probably watch the most. Because I think that well, no, isn't it this year they actually had to watch like the movies?
really?
I think it was this year they actually made it a requirement that they had to watch the movies before they vote, which
How
is
do they
a
know if they watched
wild.
them or not?
It might have been tracked like
Oh,
in their browser or something like that. They couldn't. I don't know. Yeah,
yeah, because they do
it's
get
kind of
screenings.
wild.
Yeah, so they probably, yeah, could be able to track it, like, what were your log stats and everything like that on how long have
Yeah,
you watched the movie, but I don't know. They
right,
coulda just put that shit on in the background and been doing something like how most people watch this shit.
right.
Um,
Mhm.
yeah, but yeah. Best actress in supporting role. Amy Madigan, who won for Weapons. You also had Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value, Inga, its daughter, Lilius, for Sentimental Value, Wumi Masako for Sinners, Tiana Taylor for One Battle. After this was a really hard one for me to predict. Amy Madigan won, but could have been Tiana Taylor had a lot of heat on her at first for One Battle.
Mhm.
Then that seemed to kind of cool off, and then Wumi, she won for like I think the critics or the SAG,
I think she
uh,
won SAG.
SAG. So she had a
Yeah.
little bit of heat on her.
Mhm.
My personal favorite out of maybe everybody's maybe Inga for Sentimental Value. I think she was really great in that movie.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I totally agree with you. As for someone that um really liked sentimental value, I think that her performance was pretty strong. I wouldn't be mad if she won, but Amy
yeah.
Madigan winning, to be honest, as a Sinner stan, I was kind of worried when this was the first award giving out, and we're like, "Oh no, is this is Sinner's gonna go 0 for 16?" So, but it didn't happen. But yeah,
Yeah. But I'm not mad at Amy Madigan. I mean, it's cool to see a genre film like that performance win. Amy Madigan win for that. That's really cool there.
yeah.
And yeah, Wumi. I mean, I could have maybe see her winning as well. I think she's really great in Sinners as well.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I don't know. I just didn't necessarily care for weapons all that much from last year. I know that's kind of a hot take to have here on a podcast, but uh, I it's weird seeing. I'm happy for Amy Madigan. I think that she's probably really great to work with, and that performance was really great. But for me, like for people to win like any sort of acting like award, there has to be some sort of transformative experience that happens through it. Like, yeah, she transformed like her look, but I don't think that character really changes like all that much. And you don't really see that like throughout. You don't really see where that character starts or how that character ends. It's just really like it's a genre film. It's a genre character. It's a character in a genre film. So it's like like you said, I'm happy that genre is being represented at the Academy, which it's um it's very well missed, but I don't know. It's frustrating for sure. So
yeah. It kind of makes up a little bit for Demi Moore not winning for Best Actress for Substance. Even though it seemed like I don't know, it seemed she was like a strong favorite to win.
mhm.
Who won that year? It was
That was Mikey Madison.
oh yeah, Mikey Mann
Yeah.
for Anora. Which Mikey
Mhm.
Madison's great in Anora.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
she's great.
remember that specifically because I know everyone was like saying like this is just the ending of the substance because it's
The young
an
girl.
aging actress being pushed aside by the younger actress that the younger actress grew up looking like idolizing. So
Then also, okay, speaking of Best Actress,
mhm.
Best Actress in a Leading Role. This was she was the clear favorite, front runner by a mile. Hell, even
I
5 miles.
yeah.
Uh,
When they read the nominees, I was like, I don't think you can give it to anyone except for Jesse Buckley.
uh, Me personally, I mean, I really was rooting for Rose Byrne. If I had legs, I'd kick you. I really love her in that movie. I think she's
Mhm.
great in it. She really works for me in that movie. I'm not really a big fan of Hamnet, actually. I don't really like Hamnet all that much.
I
Uh,
I wouldn't say I'm like a hater of Hamnet or not. Like I wouldn't say like I'm kind of like in the middle a little bit. I understand. I think that performance is great, and Jesse Buckley has like that moment in the movie where I just say to myself, she's winning the Oscar. Like she has a screaming moment. Like it's uh I don't know. It's one of those movies where I feel like I have to revisit because I think I watched it kind of a little bit tired, and I was just like, I don't know. It was just um it, and I don't think like my mind was like in the right place when I watched it. So
Yeah. Like, I think what bothers me about Hamnet is, like, a lot of the performances are very, like, "This is acting," like, "Would
mhm.
show how much good actors we are," and, like, that kinda thing, and I'm like, I don't know."
Yeah,
Not say she wasn't good, I wish she wasn't good in the movie, but I just kinda like that, but
it's very Oscar bait.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my pick would have been Rose Byrne. If not Rose Byrne, Rente, Renavizzi, for Sentimental Value, I think is also very good in
Mhm.
that. I think she's pretty good.
I
Uh
one thing I really wanted, like when they showed the clip for Rose Byrne for "If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You." I was hoping that they would show the clip with Conan
Oh.
in it. It would have been funny.
Yeah, especially he's got, like, a good moment in that movie too. He's got a really
Yeah.
kinda decent moment. Um, yeah, so that's Best Actress, there, and Best Actor, in a supporting role there. We're in the second to last category here.
Mhm,
So yeah, Sean Penn, who this is I predicted Sean Penn would win for one battle. I think he's really amazing in that movie.
mhm.
Um, then the nominees: Benicio del Toro, Jacob Elordi, Delroy Lindo, Stellan Skarsgård. The only person I could have maybe seen winning besides Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, I think is also really a scene stiller in that
Mhm.
movie.
I
Um,
agree. So
and then Delroy Lindo, it seemed like I don't know. He also had some kind of late heat on him that maybe, hey, maybe he could have had like an Amy Madigan thing going on of like he's been in the business a long time, and then maybe this is his time to win it. Yeah. So Stellan Skarsgård is also really great and sentimental value is as well there.
yeah, I
Um,
would that would be like my third pick if I were to
yeah.
if I had like a vote or anything. I would probably vote Stellan Skarsgård as well. But Delroy was robbed, in my opinion. It's just weird because Sean Penn he's won 3 times already. Delroy Lindo is like he's been in the industry for years, and it's like I don't know. I'm just it's it's frustrating. It's frustrating for sure. And you're right. He did look real pissed when he was looking up. He
Yeah.
was
So
like,
this is when they announced it right here. And then he pushed out, and then you can see like they're clapping, Stellan Skarsgård smiling, and then Delroy Lindo is kind of like, like he kind of looks a little pissed. He kind of looked pissed for the rest of the night. Actually, he kind of looked a little
yeah,
kind of peeved, but yeah, I think he's great in the movie. I mean, I think he's really amazing in it. Sinners had a great run, a lot of awards that just won there, but yeah,
and
he did
Sean
look.
Penn got a boner for an Academy Award.
Yeah, but yeah, Stellan Skarsgård don't
He
even look
likes
like he.
black women. Apparently.
No, he loves black women. He's
Oh
I
yeah,
love them.
that's right. That's
He
right.
loves them. Stellan Skarsgård don't even look like he kind of knows. He knows what's going on. Actually, he's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, he kind of looked a little kind of just there. So that was him. But yeah, so my rank choice would have been Sean Penn, maybe Delroy Lindo, Benicio del Toro, Stellan Skarsgård. Yeah.
Mhm.
Jacob Elordi, he just was lucky to be there. He just was like, "I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm just
You're
happy to
right.
be." He's just
He's
happy
gonna
to
be
be there.
James Bond, so it's like he doesn't need
Yeah,
any of this. So
yeah. He was snacking on something. He seemed like he had some chips or something, or I don't know what he was eating. I don't know what he was snacking on.
yeah.
Yeah. And then so you also had this the last one, best actor in the leading role. Now this one, I think this was probably the biggest maybe upset of the night. You would say?
Really? Is it?
I think so because well, it seemed early on the clear favorite was Timothy Chalamet. He was the clear favorite early on, and then after a while, I guess the more he started speaking, and the more like people at the Mari Supreme cast started speaking, like Kevin O'Leary, then all of a sudden somebody went, "Oh hell no!" And then they were like, and then all of a sudden it started to shift more towards Michael B. Jordan. When he
Yeah.
didn't seem like the favorite early on, it seemed like nah, it was all Timothy Chalamet, and then he ended up winning for that. What do you think about this win?
I think it's huge. Like it's next to Autumn's win for best cinematography, I think this might be the second biggest win of the night.
Mm,
Just seeing Michael B just walk up on stage and he's just kind of like in awe of everything. Him shouting at his mom, which that was his date that he brought. Since he's a single man, he just brought his mom to the award show. I think that's like super cool, and just like his speech in general, I thought was great. And also, it's like he played like twins. And
yeah.
don't you think he should get 2 awards because he played Smoke and Stack? So
Um, Last year was the year of twins. You had like Robert Pattinson played twins,
mhm,
Michael B. Jordan. There was some other movie where somebody else played twins too in it. Yeah, there
uh,
was it was like the year of twins there with last year. It was like
mhm,
everywhere. But yeah, that was a big win for Michael B. Jordan there. Um, if I had to say who had the best speech, probably the director who won for the best documentary film.
mhm,
And then Michael B. Jordan probably had the second best speech,
yeah,
I thought there. Ryan Coogler also had a good speech there too for when he won original screenplay.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Especially when Ryan was like, he basically said like, "Oh yeah, don't play me off. I'm from Oakland and Richmond. We talk a lot." So
Yeah. And it seemed like, I mean, I think we talked about this before when I did the stream of the Oscars last year. Was that it seems like okay for people who win the big categories like best actor, best director, they give them extended time to speak and like okay, you have a little bit more time. But the
mhm,
people who win kind of more of the other stuff, and it's like okay, we're just gonna kind of hurry you up, like, and
yeah,
it's like if it's like an award that it goes to multiple people, like, okay, when one person gives the speech and they're done and another person wants to speak, they go like, "Oh, no, fuck you. Okay, we done now.
yeah,
You ain't come yeah, okay, it's over." You know what I mean? It's like, "Damn, bro." There was one, I forgot what award that was. One it was like 3 people who won it, who got an Oscar. One person got done talking. I think they let the second person talk. Then the other dude tried to come up and say something. They were like, "Nope." And then they was like, "Okay, we're cutting off now." I forgot which one that was. Um but yeah, so they were kinda done with that. Yeah, so that's a shame there. I don't know how they would balance that. I don't know how they do that, but it's like, I don't know, man.
yeah.
Maybe
I don't produce these type of shows, but I would just say just give them time. Like, what else is going to be coming on after? Like, I know that they probably pay for like this for this amount of time, and if they go over, then they have to pay like a fee. But like, it happens one time a year. It's not like it's like what are we missing like on ABC after the Oscars? The Rookie. Like, who cares? So, shout out Nathan Fillion. I love you, Nathan Fillion. But
Um,
yeah.
yeah. But I don't know. In a couple years, they're gonna be streaming just on YouTube, so they're gonna just put it just on YouTube. So maybe that'll clear it up. Like, okay, since we got endless time streaming, like maybe we can let everybody finish their speech. We can let
Just
everybody
gotta
do
fill
their
it with
thing.
ads now.
Yeah, I gotta
Like
fill it
YouTube.
out.
Yeah.
So instead of playing loud music when somebody said they'll just play like an ad, like the Jane Lynch thing, like for
Yeah.
flashlights or some shit like that. They'll do that instead.
That was a
Um,
weird joke. What do you think about that joke?
I thought it was decent. You know what I mean? Talking about the
Mhm.
YouTube kind of things like that, I thought it was decent. Yeah. Uh,
It's weird that they showed the full page of YouTube. They should have just showed like the skip ad. Like, you know what I mean?
mm,
It's it's like beating you over the head. The joke's beating you over the head. Like, oh yeah, YouTube's got a lot of ads. You should like, is this what the Oscars on YouTube? Like, yeah, it's going to be on YouTube in 2029, which
mm,
seems like it's so far away, but also not. But
mm,
um, my response to that is like, just get YouTube Premium, like the
mm.
best subscription subscription service out there.
Yeah.
No, you won't have any ads.
Yeah, eventually I caved. I was like, yeah, I finally got YouTube Premium, and like, as much as I watch YouTube, I was like, it's kind of worth it, I guess. Yeah, to have
Yeah.
YouTube Premium for that. Um so the end of the show. So this is what I just want to confirm. This is what you were talking about, right? When they did
Mhm.
this.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I didn't see them. I just saw 'em. They basically
Great show, Conan. Just terrific. Gee, thanks. In fact, we liked it so much.
yeah,
We
but that's the
decided
dude
to
from One
make
Battle,
you
yeah.
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
for life.
I haven't seen One Battle since it came out in theaters, and I haven't.
I don't know what to say. Let's go see your new office. I'd like that very much. Your efforts have pleased the Academy.
The opening skit of this was
People
good
have
when he
not
did the whole
stopped
weapons
talking about
thing.
your
That was pretty
performance.
good. I like that.
It was really
Him
something.
wearing
Um,
the Amy
Coming from
Madigan
the
wig.
Academy, that's
So
a real honor, sir.
yeah, and then he
Honor
ran
you've
into all
earned.
the different movies, K-pop,
And
and
here we
then they did
are,
the whole animated
Sweet
section of that
55.
and
mm.
Sinners. I thought that was
All
really
this
good.
for
And then it
me?
wrapped up
That's
with
your
him
name,
running
isn't
with the
it?
kids at the academy. I thought that was
Go in.
good.
Oh,
Get
that's cool.
settled.
Yeah, but let me see that scene from One Battle because that cracks me up there every time they do that scene there with
I need
that.
to. I really need to rewatch One Battle After Another. It's I don't know. Maybe it's shameful that it's not in my top 10 for sure, but I don't know. It's
So this,
I just honestly was just lost. I'm like, are they actually making an announcement that he's just going to host the rest every Oscar?
Interaction. Interaction?
I believe he was a sperm thief. A semen demon. That's correct.
that was
I,
would you like to see Conan come back again, or you think, "Nah, it should be someone else?"
I think it should be someone else, to be honest. Like, I like Conan as much as the next person. I think he's more like when he was in late night, he was my favorite like late night like host. It would be kind of interesting, especially since Stephen Colbert is going to be jobless in like a few months. It'd be very interesting to have him host since he's going to have some free time. But I personally, I like the Academy Awards, like when they didn't have a host and they just kind of had like presenters come up, and it was just, I thought the show was really well balanced, and I thought it was more of like a celebration of film instead of like a one man comedy routine. But yeah,
Mm.
and I was a little disappointed this year. Like, I liked the whole opening number with Conan, where he was like, he wants people to like be to show everyone up, like when they win an award, and when he said like when the hawk comes down, carrying like the gold statue, he was like, "Oh yeah, and this is how everyone's gonna get an award throughout the night," and they didn't do that. Like, that's like a like you start a bit and then you don't even commit to the bit. I
Mm.
thought that was kind of weird, but
Yeah, I think they should, yeah, maybe mix it up. Yeah, like I don't think he should do 3 years in a row.
mhm.
I mean, I don't know. Get the Muppets, get them to do it next year. Muppets are back, and get them to do it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, um,
Get you to do it.
yeah, get me to do it. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
do it. Yeah, sure. I mean, do you even get paid to do that? Most time? I don't even think you get
I,
paid.
I probably.
Yeah, get me to do it there. Come up with some. I would have actually have seen all the movies. Like,
Yeah.
who was that dude, that did the Golden Globes, like Joe Coy or something like that, comedian guy? He was
Oh
like,
yeah.
you could tell, like, okay, he didn't actually watch. He just maybe saw the trailers at best. He didn't even see
Mhm.
all the movies. But yeah, yeah, that's when he did like the Barbie booby joke or whatever. Yeah,
Oh
uh,
yeah. I remember that. I think it was like a couple years ago.
yeah, um, yeah. So, well, overall, you think good Oscars, good Oscars.
Yeah, I think it was a good year. Like, um, obviously, I would have wanted Sinners to take everything home, but it was
Yeah,
nice that they divided it up pretty evenly.
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, well, except for Mark Sabrina, she didn't get shit.
Oh
They
yeah.
didn't get shit. They didn't get shit. And that was like
Well,
a
I
pretty
like
big
Marty
movie.
Supreme, but do you think it's an Oscar award winning movie? I don't think so.
I don't know. I
It's
mean, we talked about it a little bit. I mean, maybe editing it could have got maybe 4, maybe editing. That's what I thought
mhm,
maybe it would win for, maybe editing, but yeah.
yeah,
Um, with that.
yeah.
Um, but that's everything. That was Oscars after show.